this month on In the Mix.
Brian Krantz here at Applebees with my Dos Hombres. Nice to meet you telephonically, and maybe we'll do it in person one time.
Mezcal is on the menu at Applebees.
Hi, I'm Senior Food and Beverage Editor Brett Thorne at an event promoting the new cocktails. I am having the Breaking Rock Rita.
But that's not why the restaurant is in the headlines.
Applebees is offering a weekly date night pass.
Well, the restaurant chain's website crashed yesterday after the coveted date night pass went on sale.
It pissed a lot of people off.
I'm sure they're collecting a ton of data on this.
It comes as restaurants remain steadfast to improve profitability, and customer loyalty initiatives are a key way to do that, as are new ways to drive efficiency into the business, like with AI. But is the technology market ready?
In fact, according to Presto Voice AI, it's not.
Those headlines and others on this episode of In the Mix.
Good morning. This is Alicia Kelso. I'm the executive editor of Nation's Restaurant News. The sun is rising behind me. Day 3 of the ICR conference in Orlando. And here is my biggest takeaway from this conference. The mood is largely optimistic. The attendance is 15% bigger than it was last year. Lots of presentations from restaurant companies, most of them public, about getting back to a pretty aggressive growth cadence this year. Other than that, the consumer is expected to soften a little bit. Sales are expected to temper as well, and traffic is expected to be flat. But by and large, the fact that this should be a pretty relatively normal year is causing much optimism among a lot of the operators that are speaking here.
Alicia's report echoes findings in a new survey by the National Restaurant Association. It finds that restaurants and the food service industry will continue to grow in 2024. This at a time when 98% of operators say higher labor costs are an issue, and 38% say their restaurants weren't even profitable last year. It's not hard to understand why operators would look to technology to boost business, but given a choice between people and technology, consumers continue to crave human hospitality in their culinary experiences. NRN's Joanna Fantozzi explains why.
Just because AI and robotics have been introduced in places like the drive-thru lane and call center and even behind the bar doesn't mean the technology is perfect. In fact, according to Presto Voice AI, it's not, and a not insignificant percentage of the time, they have to have a real live person intervene when AI takes a drive-thru order as part of its human-in-the-loop program. But AI is getting better and better. This month, both drive-thru technology company Vox AI and Rich Tech Robotics, which makes a robot bartender and barista, introduced technology that's both better at understanding humans and better at having more natural conversations with them. This is all to say that it's a reminder that AI and robotics in the restaurant industry, even though it feels like we've been talking about this and thinking about this for a long time, we still have a long way to go until this technology has been more perfected.
Now to Applebees, a fast casual restaurant in the headlines recently for good news and not so good news.
I don't know. I think a boycott that makes the news is just as strong as something good that made the news.
NRN editorial director Sam Okus interviewed Applebee's CMO Joel Yashinsky ahead of the uproar.
He has this 90-10 rule where, 90% of what you do should be in your wheelhouse and 10% should be a stretch.
How do we, focus on the core, but also make sure we're doing a little bit of an extension, but not going too far, because then you're really going to find yourself just muddled with too much activity that isn't breaking through and that you're not able to determine its success.
Looks like this is part of their 10%.
It comes as a Toast survey reveals restaurants' efforts to grow profitability in 2024 and the ways they can do that. Loyalty programs paired with strong data top that list. Perhaps that's why NRN's Alicia Kelso had this to say on the Applebee's date night saga.
Applebee's doesn't have a strong loyalty program like its sister brand IHOP does. This campaign may have been a play to sort of feel some things out, because when they sold out of that card, on the website it said, hey, go to our club. So I think there could have been some feeling out of things there.
Now, Applebee's has since confirmed that it'll be adding another 1,000 date night passes. The 1,000 additional passes will be made available for purchase via random drawing. So that's a look at this month in the mix. For more coverage on these headlines and others, check out NRN.com. Till next time, I'm Diana Blass.